to make a knitted pumpkin patch. Hello, I'm Kristen and welcome to studioknit. I am in my studio and so excited to finally share my yarn bobbing project with you. I've actually been working on this in secret for 2 full years. So I'm excited to tell you all about how this came about and my creative process, bring you into the studio, and then we are going to actually go yarn bomb at Salesforce Park. It's amazing. It is 5 stories high and it is right next to a fairly new building in San Francisco called Salesforce Tower, which is now the tallest building in our city. And to give you an idea of how big the park is, if you take Salesforce Tower and you lean it on its side, the park is actually bigger than that. So it's amazing. So when we were in the very early planning stages, they invited me to a hard hat tour. So the park was totally under construction and I had the opportunity to make sure I had all of my safety gear on and to tour the park as it was under construction. And while I was there, I saw all of these trees being lifted by cranes all the way up and over into the park 5 stories high. So once I had the pumpkin patch idea, then I went onto my computer and I created a rendering using the photo of those actual 3 trees and designing how I wanted it to look. Now I knew that I wanted the trunks of the trees to resemble harvest corn. That was something that my mom always decorated our house with growing up, and I just think it's so beautiful. And pumpkins, I love knitting pumpkins. You guys know that I have a great pumpkin knitting pattern that's free. I will put that in the description for you as well. And they are 3D. I did not want just flat designs on the tree. I wanted it to have depth and dimension and interest and something that had never been seen before. So I presented my idea to the event managers at Salesforce Park. They thought it was great. They did have one suggestion. They said, how are you going to attach the pumpkins? Because if you attach them onto the vine, maybe just like by the stem, people, especially the kids, are going to be very tempted to want to grab it and try and pull it off the vine. So I came up with an idea for that. What I did, instead of knitting all 6 wedges of the pumpkin, I only knitted 5, and then I cut felt and I sewed felt around, stuffing the pumpkin as I went so that I could create a wedge, an empty wedge, and I could put it in, sort of embed it into the tree. So that took a while to figure out, but it seems like it's really working out. Let's get to the numbers of it all. I have knitted 48 pumpkins, 25 of these little flowers, and for the vines, so many I-cords that if you string them all along, it would be 9 stories tall for these 3 trees combined. All of the yarn that I hand knitted, 160,000 feet of yarn. It's a lot. And I spent well over 300 hours knitting. If you are in the area the last 2 weeks of October, October 19th through the 31st, please stop by, take selfies, hashtag studioknit. I'd love to see your photos and I would love to see you there. Thanks for watching, guys.